Just moved in my new house today. Moving was hard, but I got squared away. Bells started ringing and chains rattled loud. I knew I'd moved in a haunted house. Still I made up in my mind to stay. Nothing was gonna drive me away.
Hey boys and girls, welcome to another vlog, part 2 of the Flourecent project. Went through and I got all the panels white and I got the black grout lines in, got those finished up today. It's the 10th today? The 11th. June 10th, June 11th, what, right about there. So I'm now ready to start doing fluorescent colors, and I mentioned last vlog I've been picking up my acrylic, or not my acrylic, but my fluorescent paint from dickblix.com, and it comes in 3 different sizes. The largest size is a half-gallon jug of it, and it's about 54 bucks. Nice thing about it is also on the website, if you look, they have some coupons that you can use. It gives you free shipping, and you can save like 10 to 20% off your order if you spend a certain amount, which has been really good. I ended up buying 2 gallons of each color, 6 different colors of fluorescence, so 12 gallons total. Ended up running me about 250 bucks, which isn't too bad. That's actually quite good, considering going, like I say, wildfire, and that runs 125 to about 150 bucks per gallon. So this is a lot better way of going. Now I know on the bricks themselves over here, and we'll turn on the backlight, give you a little bit more light back here. Not much. Yeah, not much at all. But on my bricks, the face of the bricks here, I want to have in red. It's the damaged areas here that I want, I was thinking I wanted to do a darker red in. That's where I originally had it planned. Problem is, and Scuba was right because I asked him about it, the reds when you paint them look different during the daylight, but at night they look almost identical. So the red color, the 2 different shades of red would blend into each other and you wouldn't even notice it. So the alternative is using a totally different color of fluorescent paint. So I was undecided whether I wanted to put blue or green in. Those are the 2 colors I chose for doing the damaged areas. And I wasn't sure. I didn't want to do a full panel that's saying blue, but underneath black line. Oh, don't like that. I have to go back through, white out the board, and redo it. So I had some scrap, which is here. This is the green panel, and if you, I don't know if it's coming up on camera, but I got 2 different shades of red here. This one here is the actual red, and then this one is true red, and this one has a little bit more pinkish cast to it, and under normal daylight you would notice that. I'm going to give you a nighttime view here in a second, and you'll notice that the colors look almost identical. But anyway, I've got one set up with the damaged areas done in green. I've got another one with the damaged areas done in blue, and this one had a larger chunk of plaster on it. That one only had a small nip of it, and I decided, well, I want the damaged areas on the plasters to show as well. So I went and I took some fluorescent yellow and just did the damaged area in the yellow just to see what it was looking like. Now these panels are not very neatly done. I did it all by hand, and I did a rush job on it. I wasn't being careful and stuff like I'll be doing on those. These are just tests, so it doesn't really matter. And I know the blue looks kind of sloppy. But anyway, I figure I'd give you a look at the color palette I was thinking of. Now, I've also got one of my UV spotlights out. Black light spotlights. They're called UVs. I'm going to get the lights turned off. We're going to turn that thing on, and you'll get to see how these things fluoresce, I hope. This camera I'm using does great in lighted areas, and if you notice my walkthrough video this year, it didn't have very many nighttime shots in it, because this thing sucks at night. So I'm going to give you two segments of the nighttime view. First one with this camera, the second one with the camera on my cell phone. And let's see which does the better job at filming dark. Okay, there's the one with the blue, and you can kind of see the yellow sticking out. You know, it seems like this camera's working better indoors at night with the light this close. Let's try going back about like that, so you can see that. So you got the blue, and you go over here, and you got the green. And I'm not sure how well it's really fluorescing on camera. It looks great here. Now, as you can tell, I got the two panels close together. I'm going to get this back out of the way. And you can notice the reds are kind of blending into each other. They're not really any different, you know. So, using green and blue, I think it's going to be about the best. The damaged areas on the plaster are showing up good with a little bit of yellow in them. As far as the blue for the damaged areas, me and the wife were talking. We kind of like the green. The green tends to pop a little bit more than the blue does. So I think we're going to end up going that red and green. Now, you've seen your sample here. Let me switch over to the cell phone and we'll get a view of it with the cell phone. Okay, here's the cell phone view. Now, I want you guys, you know, since you're getting two different camera views here of the project, which one to you looks better? The footage I'm currently shooting now on my cell phone, or the footage you just saw with my regular camera? Now I've got the light about 4 feet away. Okay, we're now about 6 feet away. I'm still liking the red and the green, I think. But anyway, I wanted to give you kind of a nighttime shot, and we're indoors at night, so this will give you a good enough view of it, I hope. But anyway, there's your look for the fluorescent project. You'll get another view of the panels as I currently do them. But anyway, at least now you know what the heck I'm actually kind of doing, instead of sitting and running my mouth on it. But let me know which camera you think did better, either the cell phone or the other camera for shooting nighttime. Reason why I'm asking is I need to figure out what the heck to do with my hunt so I can get some nighttime footage of it. You know, I didn't even think about using the cell phone last year, and I should have. So, but anyway, that's the current project. Over the next couple of days, we're going to get in. We'll get the damaged areas in the green shot onto the panels, and I'll come back through them by brush. Have to paint the red on the panels. So we're going to be working on that, and then it'll be just minor touch-ups, and then getting the yellow sprayed on the plaster as well. So, but that's what I'm currently working on, and what we're going to be working on for the next, probably until sometime late next week. I don't think it's going to take me long to do the paint these panels. So here we go. There's your update. I'm going to give you a little bit of forewarning on this segment. Probably going to be some very weird camera angles with this segment. I am using my cell phone instead of my regular vlog cam. Basic reasoning is I want to try to get used to using this thing in case I want to start doing some nighttime views of the haunt and what have you. And the only way I'm going to be able to get used to using this camera is to use it. Okay, so I'm going to use it probably for a couple of segments here. Let's see, it's been about 4 days. No, actually 5-6 days, because I was gone over the weekend with work. Last segment you saw was last week. It's Monday night now, and I've been working off and on all day on getting the green and the yellow done on the panels. And in fact, I've got my last one I just got done doing here a little while ago here on the table. Anyway, what I've been doing is originally when I did my test samples, Now I know you got wonky camera angle of the floor, but these here, I originally did them, I did everything by brush, and it took forever, especially in the damaged areas. And you know, in the past, when I've done foam carving, I've mentioned that the foam likes to eat the brush, especially when you're doing indents. You know, some of these edges are very sharp and they just chew up the brushes like crazy. So, I decided I was going to take a risk. Scuba has said, when I've talked to him, that he brushes everything. That the fluorescent paint doesn't work as well if it's been deleted, you know, for like spraying. If I spray it, the paint is so thick, I have to dilute it down considerably for it to spray out of my airbrush. And the paint is thick. It comes out almost, this brand, I don't know about other brands, but I know this Dick Blick stuff I've got, comes out almost like a gel, which means when you're brushing it, it coats real good. And not too good for the airbrush, so I end up having to dilute it. Now, when I did these, that's exactly what I did. I diluted it down. And I've checked it a couple of times in the dark already with my UV light over there. And this stuff glows like you wouldn't believe. Even diluted down, it glows like crazy. And I tried a little bit different technique. The green, I just sprayed into the damaged areas. And there's some slop and stuff. I can take care of that when I go to do the red on the brick. It will cover up whatever slop there is on the green. So I'm not going to worry about that right now. The yellow, though, is where I did a different technique on it. When I do these, you know, you'll notice there's some damaged areas, like right here. And I just take my airbrush, you know, spray over that area. There's some slop on here. And what I ended up doing was taking a sponge and I just go over it with a sponge. And what it does is it smears the excess down onto the rest of the panel. And the nice effect that I found with it is when I do that, because I'm not pressing real hard, I go over it real lightly. It gets rid of all the excess, but when you hit this thing with the UV light, the damaged areas have a more concentration of yellow in it, so they glow a little bit differently than the face of the plaster does. And you can actually see the streaks from the sponge in it, and I kind of like the effect. So I ended up, you know, I've been using that method on all those over there. I'm almost done. I got about 5 more to do, and I'll be doing brick. So I'll have these, the green and yellow part finished tomorrow. Now I'm waiting for it to get a little bit darker. In fact, I'm probably coming out very dark on the video because I'm not standing in the light. But once it gets a little bit darker out, I am going to give you a nighttime view of what these things look like so far with just the green and yellow on it. I'm going to do it a little differently though. I went up in the attic and I got down one of my black lights, which you see there, and it is hooked up. And as you can see, working. So once it gets a little bit darker, we'll come over here and try it out on those boards so you can see what it kind of looks like. I'm curious to see if it's going to show up on footage. I know with the UV light, the little black thing you see over there, I could stand a good 15 feet away with that thing and just point it at the wall panel. And it was glowing like crazy. Here with this, with the wiring and stuff on the black light, you know, the normal cord's about 6 foot. I can get about 10 feet away. So we're going to play, well, and now I think I am totally blocking the camera, ain't I? Yes, I am. Sorry about that. Got hopefully a good look at the inside of my palm. But you'll get a good look at what these things look like with a black light, which is something I'm curious to try. Okay, I know it's dark in here, but it's dark enough to use a black light. So let's point this at the panels over here, which you cannot see. And we'll go like that. Okay, I'm about 10 foot away and you cannot see the glow on them. So we'll go over here about like that. I've got the light about 4 feet away. You can see the green, you can see the yellow on here, and that's with a regular black light. Now when I have these black lights up in the haunt, they're roughly anywhere from about 4 feet, well, about 4 feet away from the wall panel. So this will be about what the glow looks like in the haunt. And I wanted to get over here a little bit closer with the camera. Now if you notice, I'm zooming in on one of the plaster sections here. And you'll notice there's a little bit darker area with more glow, and the rest of it kind of glows faintly. The darker area is actually the damaged areas on the boards. I wanted those highlighted. Get down here to here. Okay, now we got that. That's under regular black light with the black light about 4 feet away. And I've got the camera right next to it. So, I don't know, this might work better for nighttime haunting. I'm not sure. Anyway, that's with the black light, a standard black light. Let's go ahead and turn the black light off. And I know it's dark, and I apologize for that, but it's on purpose. So I'm going over and I'm grabbing one of the UVs. Now, I got the camera aimed, I'm bringing up the UV. That's one of the UV spotlights. And I am a good 10 feet away from the wall panel. And it looks like the UV light works a lot better at making this stuff glow than the regular standard black light does. Which is, I don't know if that's normal or not. But here again, you can see up here, I get a little bit, whoa, that's a little bit too close. It really kind of glares on the thing, glares on the panel. That's from about 3 feet away. And this is a good 12 feet away. Now in my haunt, I use a combination of the regular standard black light, which was the first one you saw, and I also use these UV lights too. So a combination of the two, and maybe this year when we do the nighttime walkthrough, you guys will actually be able to see the UV effect in that room. I think this is going to, whoop, blocking the camera there a bit. Sorry about that. I think that's going to work out good. So that gives you a little bit of a difference. But anyway, at least now you can see this stage, what it's going to look like. I'm going over here, and that's a panel on the table I showed you earlier. So, I think these are going to turn out looking really nice once they're all done. So anyway, I've got about 5 panels left to do on the green and the yellow, and then we'll be getting into doing the red. Probably start the red tomorrow. Hey guys, end of the day for me. It's a Thursday, getting ready to head out of town for work tomorrow. Figured I'd do one final clip for this vlog and hopefully get it uploaded tonight. If not, you'll get it on Monday. But the vlog is getting long enough as it is, and I don't need any more harassment about how long my vlogs are. Wanted to run you through what we've covered so far in the vlog, and you've already seen them over there. Those are the panels with the white bricks, black grout lines, green damage, and the plaster being painted yellow. You've seen them in the daytime with the lights on. You've seen them at night, so you've seen how those glow. What you haven't seen are these here. I've got 10 panels done here so far. Takes a while. I've basically been going through getting the red on the face of the brick. And like I said, there's 10 panels there. Takes a while, to go over. The damaged areas and the green and the yellow I sprayed on. Panels went fairly quick. With the hand brushing, I'm getting about 5 panels a day done. It takes a while to hand brush, and then I've been going back through and doing some touch-ups here and there. You know, I get a little slop down in the grout lines every so often, so I gotta go through and touch those up. But I figured I'd give you a look at them, you know, so you can see them like that. Now, something else I've done too, and it is making a bit of a difference, is I got my black light up here on the rafters. It's about the distance it's going to be in the haunt, but I went and permanently mounted it. I usually hold it, you know, up and down. Again, when I was shooting some of the earlier scenes, having it hanging like that, it works a little bit better. But get that turned on, and wanted to give you one last look at these panels at night. We'll step back over here, and I am using my regular vlog camera for this, so let's see how things turn out. That's not too bad. And there's the panels. Light's about 4 feet away from it, but you know, you get the idea. These things are glowing fairly nice. It's more impressive, you know, in person. Okay, now that's with the black light on. LEDs, and you can see as I play it over the panel, you're not really seeing all that much with this camera. So we'll turn the black light off. Anyway, you know, I got the UV light about 10 foot away. You know, the panels are still glowing. I don't know how much detail you guys are really seeing. I think I kind of like, I don't know, I keep going back and forth over which light I like. I know you just got a good shot of the ceiling. Sorry about that. I don't know, with the UV light hanging in that way, I think it's glowing a little bit more. I don't know. You know, some of the other clips, I keep saying, you know, these UV spotlights look better. You know, now that I've got the black light hanging up on the ceiling like that, I think it's actually glowing better with the black light. I won't know until I get these set up in the haunt. But anyway, get on over here because I don't feel like turning on the overheads. But anyway, like I said in my earlier, you know, in some earlier vlogs, I am going to be setting up my big 20 by 20 tent out in the backyard, and I need to go through and reconfigure my mapping and stuff I did this year for the maze layout. While I'm doing that, I'm going to be setting these panels up. So just not the blacklight panels, but all the new panels I've made for this season. So you guys will see that in a later vlog. It's probably going to be a couple of weeks. Start Monday. Things are getting overly busy here, and I don't know how much time I'm going to have to be working on things, and it's going to take me probably most of next week anyway to get these panels done. So it'll probably be a couple of weeks before I actually do the setup. But you guys will be seeing this stuff set up out in the backyard, and I'll probably even get my black lights out, you know, get these panels set up with black light, and I'm going to turn on overhead light here because I know I just went totally dark. But you know, we'll do some nighttime footage out there too. I'll get my old can lights out and, you know, get them set up so you can see what the panels look like. But that's going to be a couple of weeks down the road. I need to finish getting these things painted first. And like I said, there's 10 there, so I've still got, you know, 22 more sitting back there. But with that, I'm going to call this vlog to an end. Next vlog, couple of weeks, if I have the time, and we'll get things set up. Probably be first part of July is what I'm looking at. So with that being said, I'm going to say stay spooky out there, and you guys take it easy.